Hey there, it's Ed. Thank you for watching another edition of Voices of Innovation, Payer Edition, which is a book that's going to look like this, except it'll be Payer Edition, coming out soon. And I wanted everyone to meet the amazing contributors who made the book happen. And so, Nicole, I want to welcome you to our little series on Voices of Innovation, Payer Edition.
Hey Ed, hi everybody.
So, Nicole, tell us a little bit about yourself, your co author, and your company, and then we're going to jump into what you wrote about.
Okay, yeah, awesome. My name is Nicole Denham, and I'm one of the co-authors. Bonnie Matthews is the other one. She's on a medical mission in Guatemala, her second one of the summer. Both of us are nurses, critical care nurses by background, and started a company about little over 10 years ago now, Core Consultants out of Atlanta. And we really work on what we call kind of clinical optimization, and specifically work a lot with in the health tech space, both on the startup side and the enterprise side. We worked at a hospital outside of Atlanta for a long time. I won't tell you how old I am. And when we made our transition, I think the experience that we had on implementing and failing at implementations on the inside helped us kind of curate our career going forward. So our company mainly works again with the health tech space, and we work anywhere from strategy. We stay along with them as operations support, and then we move into the training solution, really focusing on making sure clinicians have adopted the new product or processes surrounding them.
Yeah, you all do awesome work. So critically important because I could tell you as a CIO so many times projects just didn't get to where they needed to go because we didn't have that sort of focus, and we didn't have. And you both are clinicians, and so having a clinician helping the clinicians work through all this, you understand it because you lived it. It's great stuff, and that's what gives you so much credibility also in the book. Tell us a little bit about what you wrote about for the book.
Yeah. So we wrote about kind of the backbone of how we were trained, which is the nursing process. We use that as our model of change. All of our consultants who work for Core are, besides one, we finally hired one non-nurse, but we give him an honorary nursing degree. But we follow the nursing process. So for people who don't know what that is, it's called the ADPI model. And so from an assessment all the way through evaluation, when we work alongside of vendors inside of their customer setting, we really focus on making sure that we are following that same process because we believe it helps us diagnose a patient and it helps us develop a solution, a product, and a training, a methodology that matches. And it's very familiar to the end users for the most part. So we really, in the book, focused on how we've used that throughout our career, and then specifically in health tech implementation. And then also the second thing that we really focused on was people, process, technology, which, the golden triangle. So we focus on how those two things kind of parallel each other. And then we went along in the book and also talked about kind of some mishaps in when implementations did not go well along the product roadmap. And many of the times we talked about all the way at the beginning of the life cycle when we're developing this clinical product and the processes and the KPIs to go with it. What have we learned along our 10 years and even before that, when we work inside of a healthcare system? What are the mishaps where at the end of the day, is it better for the patient? Is it better for the provider? And then if you're doing those two things right, is it better for the vendor who's going to get really all of the acknowledgement that they need to bringing this new implementation and this new product in? And so we kind of just walked through how we frame out our approach, but also how, if on the receiving end, how did they want to receive it?
Yeah, and that's what I love. Like you were saying, Nicole, is super practical. So you could pick up the book in that chapter in particular, and if you're struggling with innovation, doing something new, especially on the payer side, you could take the model that you share, and it really makes a huge difference. Nicole, thank you so much for being part of this book and for contributing to the greater good. And all the royalties for the authors go to cure cancer. So it's like a win-win-win all the way around. But thanks again.
Yes, thank you for having me, and I look forward to hearing from the readers.
All right, that wraps up another episode of Voices of Innovation Payer Edition Meet the Authors. Thanks for watching.